Hello friends, how are you doing today? If you're new to my channel, welcome. I create videos to help people learn about amazing places in America in a digestible and simple format, so if this interests you, consider subscribing. Now, you clicked on a video to learn more about Tampa. So, Tampa has become a really popular place in recent years due to their great weather, entertainment, and pretty manageable cost of living. We're going to go ahead and get started examining different aspects of Tampa's population, economy, culture, and more. So, let's get started. Tampa's population is right around 400,000 residents, and people have been moving to Tampa to take advantage of their gorgeous weather, growing economy, and positive education opportunities for their children. And the population for the entire metro area is right around 3 million. Major industries would include marine sciences, tourism, finance, and surprisingly, agriculture. The median home price in Tampa itself is at $290,000, and the median household income is $53,000 and change. This ratio of home price to household income is rather reasonable. Speaking of reasonable, the state of Florida doesn't have an income tax. This will help make up the wages that are a little lower than the nation's average. The average effective property tax rate is 10% lower than the national average here too. So even if you buy a nice house, you can save here compared to many places in the country. Keep in mind, the sales tax comes to about 8.5% in Tampa, which isn't great, but it's probably pretty reasonable when you look at their tax structure as a whole. The violent crime rate in Tampa is 59% higher than the national average. But before you panic, this sounds worse than it really is, because the average city is quite a bit smaller than Tampa. With that being said, be careful when looking where you're going to move here. There are some areas that are dangerous, but there are places where they have positive safety numbers as well. There's usually a pretty good correlation between good schools and safe neighborhoods, so I would look for areas with good educational outcomes and match it while looking at a crime map before determining where to move here. Now, the positive thing here in Tampa is that the property crime rate is lower than the national average, so thankfully this doesn't appear to be much of an issue in Tampa. In Tampa, the population is 45% white, 25% Hispanic, just under 23% black, just over 4% Asian, 0.2% are Native American, 0.1% are Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, and 2.2 are 2 or more races. Tampa has a great mix of people from differing backgrounds and races, but here's an interesting fact about Tampa. According to the American Immigration Council, more than 1 in 4 Tampa area entrepreneurs are immigrants. Floridians are much more likely to be immigrants than most other states in the country, and in Tampa, it is estimated that their population of immigrants is only a bit higher than the nation's average. So, the interesting thing about this area is that there are many cultural experiences available to residents. Florida is considered a swing state on the presidential level, but most of Florida's state politicians have been conservative for a while. In this century, they have not elected a Democratic governor, and recently, Republicans have dominated the Senate as well. In the 2020 presidential election, Trump won this state by 3%, but Tampa voted left of the state, giving Biden just under a 7% margin in this county. For a large city, this is actually pretty balanced, being that most cities of its size lean heavily Democratic. The weather in Tampa is quite unique, and the important thing to note here is that the average rainfall and days of sunshine exceed the nation's averages. So, you will have a foot of extra rain, and about 40 days greater sunshine than average. Tampa doesn't receive snow, and their July highs for the year average about 90 degrees, and this is my favorite. Their January lows average around 52 degrees. However, Florida does have a major drawback: hurricanes. These storms can devastate communities, And if a hurricane makes landfall in America, it has a staggering 40% chance of occurring somewhere in the state of Florida. If you move here, be diligent to learn how to protect you and your family and come up with deliberate contingency plans to protect your property as well. The entertainment in Tampa is one of the most family-friendly in all of America. They have several theme parks, like Busch Gardens and Legoland. They have kid-friendly activities, like the Florida Aquarium, and also sporting events. You can go see the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Lightning. Proximity to some of the world's best beaches, like Clearwater Beach and Siesta make a great family day. Also, they have the world's longest sidewalk at Bayshore Boulevard. Long stretches of it are also located directly next to the water. When it comes to natural beauty, they don't have mountains and high elevation, and actually, Florida is the flattest state in the country, but they do have coastlines, marshes, and the Keys within a decent proximity to Tampa. Also, if you're interested in flying, Tampa has one of the highest rated airports in the entire country, but it isn't always cheap to fly to and from Tampa. So, let's put it together. In Tampa, you earn less than in most major cities, but they have no income tax and a reasonable property tax rate. Their violent crime rate is a bit higher than you'd like to see, but Tampa's property crime rate is excellent. Tampa's residents are diverse and come from myriads of differing backgrounds. However, politically, the area is fairly balanced. Their weather is definitely a selling point for many, but it comes with the possibility of hurricanes. The entertainment here in Tampa is family friendly, and you'll have plenty of options to decide between. Now, Tampa isn't for everyone, but they have an incredible offering concept for families looking for affordable fun and a great environment for their children. If you're retiring, you have low property taxes and no pension taxes, and that'll benefit you in the long run. And for anyone else, if you love the beach, well, you may as well just give it a shot too. Thanks for learning about Tampa with us today. If you got value from today's video, please like it below. Consider subscribing for more content like this, and check out other videos from my channel. If you have anything to add, comment down below. I always love hearing from you. Well, I hope all of you have a great rest of your day. Take care.